Hello. Today I'll be talking about motivating a team of tired nurses. We all know nursing is a rewarding job, but it can be very exhausting. There's long shifts, sometimes staffing shortages, and just so much stress and chaos happening in one night. So it could take a toll on a nurse, on somebody, you know. So we're going to discuss how the leader's management can improve or, help motivate a team of tired nurses. So nursing research shows that burnout is very common, especially overworking yourself. Um, the burnout is just like emotional exhaustion, like stress, feeling less connected to the patient sometimes. Research also tells us that the same thing, like fatigue lowers productivity, creativity, and morale in the workplace. The more tired and fed up you are, burnt out you are, the less productive you are at your job. You enjoy it a little bit less, you know. So study shows that leadership getting involved can help motivate their nurses. What can they do to do that? Involve the staff in the decisions and remind them of the bigger purpose to keep them more energized. For example, the leaders, the charge nurses or managers who are around, they can make sure they give encouragement, small tokens for things that the nurses do, recognize the little bit of efforts that they do, and show and recognize their effort, celebrating the small wins. That comes a long way. Also, promoting a good environment, a working environment, making sure there's no toxicity, and making sure it's peaceful and joyful as well. So this can be applied in 5 different ways or multiple different ways. We're just going to list 5. Showing empathy, checking on the staff, ask how they're coping. If you know a staff member went through maybe a death or a stressful day, come in and check on the staff and ask, hey, how are you doing? How are you holding up? Making sure they're okay. That goes a long way. Support the autonomy. Let the nurses have input on their schedules, on the decisions on that affects the floor, patient assignments, acuity and ratios. That tremendously goes a long way as well. It helps reduce conflict and fatigue as well. Also, another point is celebrate the small wins. Even recognition goes a long way. It gets toxic when the managers just point out what's bad, what needs to be improved, just nags on what's so negative. Try to focus even on the small things. Recognize the small wins that a nurse could have done for the staff. That goes a very, very long way as well. Another point is balancing workload. To rotate the difficult assignments over, encourage breaks, have that zen room for relaxation, for massages, bringing some pizza or any snacks, just anything to uplift the spirit, and just also remind them of the purpose. Connect daily, with the bigger mission. Daily with them and remind them of the bigger mission. Like you can share some success stories of the patients who recovered, take a step back. Hey, we had so and so patient who came in here, and this is the type of words he lived, this is the type of life he's living because of what we did for him. That just reminds us of the bigger purpose we're serving. So focus on how you're communicating with your staff members. Establish a supportive and approachable presence and implement regular meetings to grow interpersonal relationships. It'll encourage each other to talk stuff out and communicate in a proper, peaceful manner. Also, create a positive and work environment. Does your workplace encourage meaningful conversation and relationship building? Think about that. A positive environment requires ongoing nurturing by celebrating desired behaviors and not tolerating negative behaviors like bullying. We know there's some bullying too, so make sure to shut it down if it happens. So motivating a tired team of nursing is not just about pushing harder, it's about leading smarter. It's not only about the money or offering them bigger money, because it's still going to lead into burnout. So it's taking those steps that we talked about to make sure that they're okay. When the leaders show empathy, give recognition, and reminds the nurses of their purpose, they help the team push through tough times. And as both nursing and business research shows, good leadership re-energizes staff and improves patient care. That is very important. Thank you. So some of the references that I use, I'm going to put them in the comment section on the video below. Thank you for your time. Your team with the well-being, like, resources, maybe like a 5K run that happens once in a while, or like a mental break, talking maybe with a chaplain, or sitting up talking with a counselor, mental counselor, that could help to improve the job performances.